All right. So one of the things I love to do whenever I travel is as soon as I land, the first thing I do is I go to a supermarket and I stock up whatever hotel room or Airbnb or whatever I'm in so that I have snacks and goodies to munch on. And I always look forward to visiting supermarkets that are of the origin of the place I'm visiting. Yeah. But you know, it's a little strange to me when we heard about, well, alleged, well, I think it's more than alleged now. There's some correspondents that have been there, that there's a supermarket, an Abuja-based supermarket, that's apparently restricted to people of Chinese descent. Now, we actually had to confirm it. We saw it on another paper earlier
I called
this
one or two
morning.
people to try to confirm. I'm still waiting for the... But the point that someone made a video, and the person was there, showed a video of the restaurant. He couldn't make it close to the place.
Supermarket.
Supermarket, pardon me. Stepped out, made that video, and showed us the video of the place. Yeah. It looks like a typical Chinese village. We have one not so far from the office here, just by Ojota.
Chinatown.
It's called Chinatown. When some 7, 8 years ago, the thing about Chinatown was then you would go there to get cheap stuff.
Yeah, very affordable. Yeah.
It was so cool. I felt that concept was so nice. Yeah. Having something of foreigners in your own town, and then they try to bring the price down lower than you get it outside. So the impression was that when you're entering China, and I think that is a perfect way to be. We share the same independence date with China.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
You understand? And so ourselves and China have there's so much that we have in common in that regard. We share the same. So it was always a pleasure. Me back then, I've not gone there in years. I don't know how the place is now. But going to Chinatown back then was a big treat for me. You'd see jewelry, accessories, materials, shoes. It was cheaper, yes, shoes. So then when we want to buy in bulk, Chinatown, you want to buy 10 pieces of white sneakers, you get it at very low price. Maybe 50% of what you get outside and all of that. So enjoyable experience, Chinatown. Now this place has the same outlook, you know, and so the same structure like that. And I would expect that if it's cuisine or a restaurant or something or a supermarket, it would be that same concept. But hearing this or seeing this video, I'm blown.
So there's actually it's from a newspaper. It says the management is under fire for denying Nigerians entry into the facility. And the correspondent reported that entry into the supermarket without any name inscription, meaning a Chinese person didn't send you there, is restricted exclusively to individuals of Chinese descent. Now, I would have thought that restricted zones such as that on Nigerian soil would be just maybe high commissions,
embassies and all of that.
Like, I wouldn't have thought of a supermarket being restricted in such a way or in such a manner. And on Nigerian soil, I am a Nigerian. You're not letting me in, even if it's just to sightsee, even if it's just for window shopping, even if it's just for tourism purposes.
Like,
you're not letting me in.
Have we fallen that low?
What exactly would be the reason for the restriction? Now, if it's maybe language barrier, I don't know. What do they employ Nigerians? Are they? Well, I don't know. They should be paying taxes, right?
I'm not a. The few times I've ever had Chinese cuisine. I'm not so adventurous with my taste palettes, by the way. But I know a number of people who love Chinese cuisine. Winfrey looks like someone that would love it. You know, I don't know if they sell something there that we cannot. Maybe there's something there that Nigerians cannot eat. Or something, I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe there's, I don't know. Is it?
So Chinese cuisine is universal all over the world.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know what angle to enter from because different things are popping in my head. And the truth of the issue is that I do not think there's any justifiable reason for this. You understand? It's a supermarket. It's not as if I don't know. For instance, now I traveled on my trip. I visited different places. Now, one of the amazing things about Qatar, Doha to be specific, is that you can go to different parts of town and literally feel like you're in different parts of the world. You can literally go to somewhere and literally feel like you're in New York because of the way the structure. There are supermarkets. Do you understand? You can go somewhere else, think you're in Italy. There are different parts.
In Dubai, there are places you go to and it's snowing 247. They want to give you the impression that you are somewhere else.
They create that artificially, right? And then again, the idea is for people to come, no matter from what part of the world you're from, and feel a semblance of being home. Or maybe if you're from another country, feel like, okay, you visited this other place by just being there. It's a tourist attraction. Do you understand? And the truth is, Nigerians all over the world, I feel, even like in other countries where there's some level of discrimination. Do you understand? Based on the bad narrative that literally goes out, right? And even before this, right? Even in Nigeria here, to a very large extent, Nigerians are also treated a certain type of ways. In certain ways, even in some companies, right? You can literally tell that foreigners are still preferred than Nigerians here. There's some jobs that you can never get out of this country based on the fact that you hold a Nigerian passport. Do you understand? There are literally jobs you cannot get because of that. And sadly, there's some jobs that here, these same jobs that in Nigeria, they also still favor foreigners, Nigerians.
Factors.
So it's just really, even when you talk about the pay, I was talking to one of my family members not too long ago, talking about working in a multinational that literally is based here and seeing the way so-called expatriates are treated. Do you understand? She's talking about how, she literally was several cadres ahead of certain foreigners, but they earned more than her. And the dynamic is
it's a conversation that's been ongoing for many years.
It's crazy.
While we were thinking about this, I was looking at it from, like you said, there's just so many angles. Where do we start from? Someone said, of course, your worth is the value that you give and what you return, what you receive in value. Now, it's not every time that, so there are times when you give value and it's not commensurate with what you receive. Understand? When it comes to value around the world, there are a few nationalities, maybe India, Nigeria, that give so much value. Look at healthcare system around the world. Look at, go outside the country, look at the education system around the world. You have some of the best professors, some of the best lecturers in Nigeria, some of the best doctors, some
even
of the best
businessmen. Right? We're talking about industry countries that produce. For instance, now not too long ago, I was on social media. Literally, one of my favorite vendors on social media was in China, purchasing things from them. Literally, even linking other people of Nigerian descent that actually wanted to start that particular business. That's literally growing their economy. Do you understand? So she goes like so. This
is not trying to be jingoist, but the Lord knows. Lord knows that if, as a country, if we were able to harness all we have, and this is not being, there will be no country that will come close to us. Like you mentioned. Do you know how far we have to go to get products into here? The other day we had someone on SME, a little kid who was importing watches and something from China. Things that other places would even think about doing it. We have thrived in spite of extenuating circumstances, in spite of the situation. We always find a way to
and we thrive.
So I think that the least that can be done is inside our country. We should not have a whiff of anything that seems like discrimination.
So there's so many questions here. Is it that they have some kind of products that are not palatable?
No matter what they have, I would say that they should shut it down, straight up.
I'm even wondering about the regulations. I'm talking about Standards Organization of Nigeria, NAFDAC.
You shouldn't come and
all sorts of things.
I'm sure.
So what currency is used in that country, in that supermarket?
Only God.
That actually, so it begs a lot of questions. So in my opinion, you're a Nigerian soul. If Nigerians cannot come into your supermarket and purchase as they will, shut it down. Take your store back to your country. What are you doing here?
On this, we all are in tandem. Let's know what you think. Put it down in the comments. We'll be back after this time out.